speaking of Santa Claus,
Yeah.
William, I recently filed a Freedom of Information request.
Good for you. People don't do that enough.
Not enough. There are documents in the government's possession that you can look at, and rightfully we should have access to them
For sure.
as tax-paying citizens. So I saw these documents, and I compiled for you a very special Christmas list. This is the top 3 Christmas miracles that the Catholic Church refuses to recognize.
Whoa. Now I see why you had to file the Freedom of Information Act. I could see how the Catholic Church wouldn't want this stuff out.
This goes all the way to the Vatican, the Archdiocese, the Cardinals, and the Pope himself.
So we're talking Archdiocese, we're talking Cardinals, we're talking Pope.
We're talking the Pope.
That's the big man.
The big man. The big
big man. The big man.
The code breaker.
Yeah.
God's own code breaker. So these are Christmas miracles that happened that the press totally ignored, and the Catholic Church will not make into saints.
Okay, so the Catholic Church isn't going to make these into saints?
No.
Okay.
They're refusing to basically acknowledge that Santa had any involvement in this stuff.
Nuh-uh.
It's hard to deny, given all the evidence that I've seen, but you know them. They love keeping the people in the dark about things.
Yeah. I didn't even want to hear that. They don't. Oh, my gosh.
It makes you not trust the system.
Nope.
And speaking of not trusting the system, number 1, the boy who cried marble. Okay. Born with arthritis of the lungs and a fear of noise, Carl Marble Ranch of Missoula, Montana was doomed to a life of obscurity until September 29th, 1994, when Santa came down and cured him during the company potluck.
Really?
Cured him of his fear of noise and cured him of his arthritis of the lungs.
That'd be hard having a fear of noise because stuff is generally kind of noisy in life.
Most things in life require some degree of noise. So it's hard to, but Santa cured him of that and made noise actually feel like the biggest hug.
Woo!
Very happy. So with his newfound lease on life, you can look this up. This was in the New Yorker. With his newfound lease on life, Marble Ranch lived until the ripe age of 34 until he was hit by a stray foul ball at a Blue Jays game. Yes, but he was buried with full military funeral thanks to USAA, who closely partners with Santa year-round.
USAA.
USAA.
That's beautiful they do stuff like that.
Yeah. They'll lay you to rest as long as it's a Santa-related death, and in his case it was. They give you full, and your family gets full benefits.
Cool. Well, that's good to know. If anybody's looking for insurance or whatever, USAA could be a good option for sure.
Very helpful. The boy who cried marble. So he was he was born into the marble family, the heir to the marble fortune, and
we're talking the people that invented marbles.
Yeah, Janet and Theodore Marble.
And marbles are everywhere. They probably had a pretty penny.
Yeah, they had a whole house. You know what they say? Never throw a baseball in a marble house. So
Yep.
it'll all come crashing down.
Well, at least he made it to 34.
34. He had a good run there, and it brings me a sense of relief to know that his last years weren't spent being afraid of noise.
Yeah.
He was able to relax a little.
And how was he even dealing with that before Santa helped him with it? Just wearing earplugs and stuff, and then he can't hear anything.
And he couldn't hear anything, and he would say, "What did you say?" And he'd be like, "Oh, I asked him." Ah!
Yeah. Ah! So he probably wasn't popular.
No, people thought he was a fucking freak, frankly.
Just a freak.
But Santa cured him and whispered in his ears and said, "It's okay to hear and feel and breathe." And he could breathe suddenly, and then he got hit by a foul ball, and it fucking killed him. But it's could have happened to anybody.
Yeah, you have to be careful with those foul balls. That's why you have to bring a baseball glove to games.
And if you snag it, you're automatically on the nice list.
Interesting.
Yeah, a little loophole.
I didn't realize that. So even if you've been bad all year, you're still not getting call if you catch a foul ball.
If you catch a foul ball, you're totally good. You can get whatever you want. You can get a laptop.
And then so what? So even after something like this, the Catholic Church still is not willing to.
Radio silent.
That's bullshit.
Radio silent. They said that Santa basically, because Santa didn't save him from the foul ball, Santa was culpable. So it's not a miracle.
What?
It's like, what do you expect, man? Santa's not Jesus. He's just the closest thing we have to him.
God, the Catholic Church loves getting their lawyers involved to find these loopholes. I hate it.
I know. It drives me nuts. And so, his family couldn't get any of like the Santa-related benefits that a saint gets.
And those are notoriously really good benefits.
Oh, yeah. $5,000 a month for life.
Damn. That's like winning the Powerball or something.
Yeah. You get $5,000 a month. So how much is that a year? I guess not that much, but it's good like you retire.
Yeah, for sure. Just running around money.
Yeah,
Just you can go on a vacation or something.
Just some pocket cash. All right, number 2, always bet on red. Santa's red. Okay. Down $16,000 at Harrah's Casino in Atlantic City, 62-year-old Donald Trunch only had one card left to play. He called the Santa Hotline, and Santa was able to front him 30 G's with a 10% VIG.
Really?
Yeah, only a 10% VIG, too, so it's not that bad.
That's not good. Or, no, that is good. I forget what a VIG is. I forget what that is.
A VIG, that was Mr. Trunch, and he was down big time, and he said, my hands are tied here. I got to call the big man. So he gets through, and thankfully this was like in the middle of the summer, so Santa wasn't that big. He wasn't that busy. He was that biggie. He's always big. And he fronted him the 30 G's, and he said, play carefully, like play slow. And unfortunately, Mr. Trunch lost all the money on a game of craps.
Really?
Yeah.
How did Santa react to that?
Well, Santa actually took his revenge and sent Donald to heaven, but before he went to heaven, right before he forgave him, and he gave him 16 boneless honey barbecue wings from B-Dubs.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah, not a big deal.
Oh, my gosh. And it looks like that's right when he was trying to contact Santa or something. Yeah, he's just like, please, Santa.
Please, Santa, I'm begging you, man.
With the 10% VIG.
Yeah, so that's like, I guess he would have ended up owing him, about 33 G's, I think.
Yep.
So he could have made that last. He could have bet a little smarter. Santa took offense to that, so he ended his life.
But at least he went to heaven.
He went to heaven, and he forgave him. And that's the real miracle, is the miracle of forgiveness.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Yes, it is. Every year. So, you can't win if you don't play. That's kind of the moral.
100%.
So, pretty cool. Always bet on red. That was nice of Santa to front the money and to give him the wings. He didn't have to give him the wings.
Totally. And the boneless ones, those can be more expensive sometimes than even the bone-in wings.
Yeah, but Santa gets free B-Dubs for life.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Because he has one of those cards or something?
Yeah, he's got the platinum card.
Damn!
Platinum B-Dubs card.
I wonder how he even got down.
Fucking, I guess somebody must have given him a present for once.
For sure. For sure.
Why don't we leave? Speaking of giving Santa a present, number 3, the Hail Santa, the miracle at Heinz Field. So, you probably remember this on ESPN, down 36-2 with 2 minutes left in regulation. The Steelers needed a miracle to pull off their last game of the 1978 season. Fortunately, their prayer was answered in the form of none other than Chris fucking Kringle. Clocking in at 6'8", 340, Santa was a phenom coming out of Sierra Canyon High School in Cleveland, and he was heavily recruited to several D1 schools.
I didn't know that about Santa.
He was heavily recruited to a bunch of D1 schools. Charlestown, Gorgo State.
Damn, he got an offer for Gorgo State?
Damn. Yeah, St. Guilford's. So
St. Guilford's?
Those are the biggest ones in the Big 12.
Yeah.
So he could have went pro, but thankfully for us, he forgoed his senior year to become Santa. You have to start early. And cut to the big game. The coach knew he had one last trick up his sleeve. So he says a prayer to Santa, and I'll be goddamned if Santa didn't come down and score 42 unanswered points.
In the last 2 minutes of the game.
2 minutes of the game.
Dude.
Yeah, he trucked this DB so hard he died. He was.
That's what I love. I mean, football needs to get more violent again. It's
I know.
He's trying to get away from that. That's not fun.
Let him play.
Yep.
Take the pads off for once.
Yeah, come on, zebras.
Yeah.
Let the guys play. Let them have
play.
fucking fun.
Shortly after the game, we all know the story. The Steelers offered Santa a 4-year, $600 million deal.
Damn.
Santa defected and ended up actually coaching kids for Boko Haram free of charge
Really?
for the next 6 years. Yeah.
And the Catholic Church just wants to act like he didn't do that?
Yeah, they want to turn a blind eye to all of it. Like, that wasn't Santa, that was some mystery player. And I go, you ever seen a player with a beard that long?
Yeah, right. You don't see that often. And it's like he did that, it sounds like, out of the kindness of his heart for the kids in Boko Haram.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was really, that one was kind of shows you the type of man that Santa really is. That's the Santa behind closed doors.
yep. For sure. Well, the Catholic Church needs to get on this. We need to have a Saint Santa.
Saint Santa, make the coach a saint, make the marble guy a saint, and make the gambler guy a saint.
What about who's the reindeer with the red nose?
Rudolph?
Yeah, Rudolph. What are your thoughts on that? I know that's kind of a big thing in the news these days. Do you think Rudolph should be a saint or?
Yeah, after he passed a couple years ago, it's hard to separate the art from the artist, but it's like now we have such a clear vision. With modern eyes, we can look back on this stuff and say, was Rudolph that bad of a guy?
I don't think.
I don't think so.
I know.
And he meant well. He lit up the nighttime sky so Santa could deliver all his gifts.
I know on that foggy Christmas night.
Foggy Christmas Eve.
His Santa wouldn't have been able to deliver presents that year.
Yeah, that would have been the first year he couldn't deliver presents of all time.
Which is weird to think about because he's been doing it since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Almost.
20,000 years, I guess.
Yep.
And so I'm thankful for Rudolph. There is no Santa without Rudolph, and there is no Rudolph without Santa. I mean, they're just intertwined.
100%. What about Frosty?
Frosty, hell yeah.
I know. They need to get his ass into sainthood. They need to get his ass. Come on.
Saint Frosty.
I know.
Keep it chilly.
I know. Cool. Well, Casey, that was a wonderful top 3. We've been missing these. That was a wonderful top 3. And it's good for people to know. It's good for the news to be out there about these people.
Yeah. Get it out there. Get the word out there. And, tell your family you love them this holiday season.
Please tell them you love them.